What's happening, everybody? Memorial Day weekend. I know you're outside barbecuing. You probably out there, you probably drunk already. You're outside just in your yard drinking. Or just out on a stoop somewhere just drunk. Nah. Or eating some ribs or fried chicken or, just sitting there being grateful and thankful that you have a long weekend and you don't have to go to work Monday. It could be a lot of things. But anyway, before I get into this mix and master of this beat, I believe you heard already because I think I did a video of it. I got so many videos I've been doing lately, but I forgot. But I haven't showed you the mixing process. Um, Before I get into that, for everybody that's in the DC area, Maryland, Virginia, Northern Virginia, and Washington, D.C., I am the BeatStars ambassador for the DMV area. And we have a meetup tomorrow, 7 to 9, Club Heaven and Hell. So hopefully I get to see all the producers out in the city, come out to hang out, and we get to talk about a lot of things, music, gear, like FL Studio 20 that I'm about to show you. What else? Entrepreneurship, balancing entrepreneurship, marketing, everything BeatStars, a lot of things. So just looking forward to meeting you guys and just talking about, what we're all passionate about. So and that's probably why you're here, because you like music and you like to make music, or either you're an artist and you like to, express yourself musically through lyrics, rapping or singer or whatever. So, and the other thing I was going to mention, this is FL Studio 20. That wasn't what I was going to mention. The other thing I was going to mention, check out my last video I did yesterday. I did a lot of features on FL Studio 20, the new release, their 20-year anniversary. And this is not a Mac. I'm doing it on a PC. So it is Mac compatible, and you only need one license to use both. Isn't that crazy? One license to use both. That's crazy, right? All right. So anyway, I'm going to show you the quick mix of this process. It's going to be a short video. I'm gonna just go through the sounds on the mixer, and you can't see it. I should have did a video on my laptop, but you'll hear it. So all I did is go through each sounds and EQ'd each one, and also I'm gonna show you some mastering what I did with Ozone. Okay, so I had like this cool. Let me make sure I go to the chorus. I believe. Here, I'll let you hear some of the beat. If you watch my other videos, I did a quick video on this beat, but I finally finished it. I started like another beat after this, but I'm posting this right after this video, and it'll be available for sale. And through my Instagram feed, live footage, someone named it. And this beat actually is called Hood Orchestra, and it'll be available actually in a few minutes. So if you want to purchase this beat, it's on DJ Phanatic Beats. And actually, I'll probably link it in this video eventually. But anyway, there you have it. Hood Orchestra. And if you have a better name, put it in the comments when I post this video. All right. So, just for the mix, I usually like to go to the chorus or wherever it's most busy. That way I have all the sounds in there. The harps here, what I did. So what I did with that, basically it had some lower frequencies, so I just cut those out. And what I did also, I did a stereo separation on those harps. So it's left and right, so it's really wide. I wanted that part to stand out. And, like when you're mixing, don't worry about just find certain sounds get a unique treatment. Every sound has its own space. And if you want something to be left and right, definitely, like, if you want something to stand out, left and right is kind of prominent in the music. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. So after I did that, I did some strings and I added some strings. So what I did there, I had some strings. Obviously it's a sample, so I did like a layer of strings that add some more ambiance in it and tension. So those, what I did with that, I added an EQ. I cut some of the lows and added some reverb just so it kind of fills up that space and makes it more eerie. The next thing I did, which I really like, is the brass section. So there's a brass, like a quick melody or whatever. But what I did mixing wise, I also cut the lows, I believe. No, I actually took off some highs out of the brass, and I think that's contact that I use. I took the highs off to make it like darker horns. It was a little too bright, and I didn't want this beat to be, I won't say cheesy, but I didn't want it to be too pleasant, too polished, too pop almost. So I wanted to keep that dark Darth Vader feel. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I lowered some of the not lowered, but did a soft cut, like a soft curve off the brass, off the high frequencies. The open hi hat, obviously, I cut some of the lows. The snare, let me see what I did. Just cut some of the lows on the snare. The kick, did I do anything special? The kick, actually, here, I'll let you hear it. Next time, I'm just going to record my screen so that way you can hear it better. But that kick actually naturally had a reverb on it. So I didn't really have to put any reverb. And I rarely put reverb on kicks, but it depends on the beat. That kick actually had like a little reverb. And it was like a room reverb. Something really short. What I did with it for EQ, I cut some of the highs because it had like some air in the top end. And then I boosted right around the sub. Let's see. Can't see what hertz it is because, let's see. That's around, I boosted around 55 hertz just to get a little more punch out of it, and also some compression. Hi-hat, obviously, I cut the lows and added like panoramic. I really love panoramic. It's dope. You can do the left to right, auto panning or whatever. The snare, I just cut some of the lows, I believe. Yep, just cut the lows. Just so, here's why I cut a lot of the lows, because the what do you call it? The you don't want it to be muddy. You don't want your 808 and your bass and all those low frequencies to clash. So definitely don't want that. The reverse cymbal, what did I do with that? Just I cut a lot of lows. The hit, what did I do? I just cut the lows. Usually about to like 100, what do you call it? 100 hertz. The 808, I didn't do anything too special. I added some distortion and a limiter. And I cut some of the highs. I cut about 2K on down. And it's a soft curve too. And what I mean by soft curve, it's not like a sharp edge. It's like curve here and let everything else pass. Next time I record my screen, That way you can see it. The cinematic drums cut some lows because I wanted those hoes. I wanted some of those lows to pass through because I wanted to give it that cinematic feel. You ever heard like a movie where it's like boom, 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 boom? I wanted that what do you call it? That power out of it. And the drums actually come in where all the other drums go out. So I did want to keep those lows. And that way I knew that it wouldn't clash with the other lower frequencies. So now that I've bored you to death, this is all like producer talk. All my producers, you know what's up. You know what's up. So now that I got that through, I went to Ozone. And I haven't got Ozone 8 yet. This is still Ozone 7, but it does the job very well. And as you listen to a lot of my other beats, you know they're mixed very well and they sound really good. So with this, that's with the processing, and this is without. So I don't know if you can get an idea of how it sounds over the phone, but basically it sounds really good with the processing. And I'm gonna go through the processing chain right quick. EQ wise for the whole track, I cut a little bit of the what do you call it? That is 4,500 hertz. I cut that. I did a really sharp bell curve. Because I thought the clap, like if you listen, I thought that clap was a little sharp, so I cut that. And when you're cutting for the whole song, you got to be careful with EQing because all those elements in that space you're affecting. So cutting that frequency made it sound the way I wanted it to. I didn't want that clap to be too sharp because it was unpleasant to the ear. And that's basically all you're doing when you're mastering. You want to find out like what's unpleasant to you. I mean, everybody mixes differently. And I don't know, like what's unpleasant to me may be pleasant to someone else, but it also deals with experience too. Like the more music you listen to, more like you can reference your music to things that are mixed. When you listen on with a technical ear, it's different. Because let's say you just started producing or you never mixed and you don't like that EQ. I mean, you don't like that frequency and you just cut it out. And you might cut out a whole bunch of the music. So experience goes hand in hand with taste. So if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Put it in the comment. So for dynamics, and I just want to thank those that joined me live on this video stream. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. For dynamics, just basically a soft compression on everything, so I can, lower the dynamic range and bring up all the other instruments. Imager, if you're not familiar with the Imager plugin, basically what I did, that's in my chain, in my mastering chain, I narrowed down the lower frequencies so they focus more in the middle, and I raised the mid to low and kept the high middle, and the really high I left and right it. So imaging basically is taking frequencies and panning them out, making them wider, which is a very powerful tool, very powerful. It can make your beats sound totally different and make songs sound totally different. Very powerful. And then I put a maximizer, / limiter on the end to make it clean. So here it is. get the idea, and I'm actually gonna play the ending because I really like how the ending came out. Check it out. So there you have it. That's a quick breakdown of my mixing process, and a lot of other beats I do things differently. Every beat's unique, every beat's special, and different things, different sounds require different approaches. So that beat actually just came together pretty well, pretty easily, for me. And there you have it. And that beat actually is going to be available in a couple minutes, maybe a half hour, because I got to get something to eat right quick. I haven't eaten in a minute. And check out my other video I posted before this, showing a lot of features. Actually, that video is like 30 minutes long. I was showing features of FL Studio. And I'm getting some pretty dope feedback about it. So thank y'all, man. Yeah. And every Wednesday and Friday is my beat release days. So you're looking for new beats every week. Those are my release days. And lastly, again, I got a BeatStars meetup tomorrow. If you're from the DC area, you produce music, you're on BeatStars. If you're not on BeatStars and you're a producer, just come through. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. It's to help you, elevate your career, especially with something that, you enjoy. So, if you haven't subscribed, hit that sub button. Thank you for everybody that subscribed to my channel. Been putting a lot of energy into it, man, and just nonstop. I'm thinking of new things to post. If you want me to post a video about something, holler at me, let me know. And I just want to thank y'all, man, because hitting that sub button means a lot. I'm trying to monetize it. I'm not even, there yet. You know what I'm saying? So showing love, you get it in return. You know what I'm saying? And don't let nobody stop you from doing what you love. Only you can stop yourself. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I'm not going to preach too long. Have a great, safe Memorial Day weekend. DJ Phanatic from DJ Phanatic Beats signing out. Peace, y'all. Love.